Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Bad Vibes. I have news that was sent in to me. It's about 2 years old, but I haven't heard of it, and it's kind of nuts. So let's take a look at it. So this one's from Georgia, conspicuously close to Florida. This Georgia woman was just charged with faking a pregnancy to get paid time off. So a woman's colleagues became suspicious when they noticed her quote-unquote bump was askew, and she sent them inconsistent photos of her fake children. So sometimes people lie and say they're sick to skip work, but a Georgia woman went one big step further when she faked the pregnancy in order to get 7 weeks of paid time off. And it wasn't even the first time she'd lied about giving birth. Now she's facing 3 counts of making false statements and 1 count of identity fraud. So when her employer first sent us this case, we thought there had to be a misunderstanding. We couldn't believe it, said State Inspector General. According to a news release sent out by the Georgia Office of the Inspector General, the woman in question told elaborate lies about her quote-unquote pregnancy while working as the Director of External Affairs at the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. She informed the agency about her pregnancy in late 2020 and claimed to give birth in May 2021, but her colleagues quickly grew suspicious. Though she had a, quote, baby bump, one of her colleagues noticed that something wasn't quite right. In March 2021, a coworker observed the lower portion of her stomach came away from her body and believed she wore a fake pregnant stomach, the news release explained. In addition, she allegedly sent pictures of her new baby to various GVRA employees. However, the pictures appeared to be inconsistent and depicted children with varying skin tones. Indeed, they credit her colleagues with identifying the fraud. The employees' human resources just started putting 2 and 2 together. Things were adding up, and thankfully they didn't shrug it off. They realized this was something that was more serious. Wow, okay. So she appeared to be primarily motivated by paid time off after she, quote, gave birth on May 1st, 2021. A man emailed leaders at her agency claiming to be the father of the newborn baby. He said the doctor had, quote, mandated several weeks of rest following the delivery. As a result, her superiors gave her 7 weeks of paid leave that otherwise it would not have approved. So until that May, government employees in Georgia could take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave, and a bill signed on May 5th granted them 3 weeks of paid paternal leave. Okay. But the baby daddy was merely a product of her imagination. We ultimately didn't find any evidence that he existed. That's why she's been also charged with identity fraud. And this is not the first time that she had faked a pregnancy, though it is unclear what time off, if any, she received in the past. She claimed to have given birth in July 2020 as well, and in August 2021, just 3 months after the birth in question, she informed employers that she was pregnant once again. So when the OIG checked in with the Office of Vital Records to review the birth certificates of the children, they found no indication that she had ever delivered a child. So after lying to investigators about the baby daddy and the existence of her children, she resigned from her position, and she's now facing criminal charges and was indicted by a grand jury in 2022. So fraud by state employees will not be tolerated. And wow, so they were able to piece all that together with detective work from the employees. They must not have liked her, is what I assume. And they just said, hey, we can bust her. So I can relate. Sometimes your job may not give you much PTO. Don't fake have a baby to get time off. Don't have a real baby to get time off either. Have a baby because you want a baby, not because you want a vacation, because that's the opposite. Babies are a lot of responsibility.